Hey, hope everyone's all right. So, as you've probably seen in my updates, a few changes over on this scene, and I'm still yet to do the resin pour on the river. I think I'm just enjoying this actually quite a lot. So, been watching a fair few videos, mostly horse hay, mouldy raspberry, lots of inspiration. Since the last time I did a video, what was my last video on? I think it was basically I was just doing this hillside with the hanging basket liner. So I mean, I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out. I've got some cows happily grazing up here. Obviously, they're on little plastic things from Hornby at the moment, but they will eventually just sit by themselves. You've got this guy peeking over the fence. Christ knows what he's doing. No. At the moment, you can obviously see into the tunnel because I've been working inside. So this actually will eventually come over, which will darken that up a little bit. And of course, it's then covered over by the fascia anyway. This is the, again, hanging basket liner, which you can still see through here, and then I sort of got some green down on it. It looks better in real life than on video. It looks really vibrant on the video, but it looks quite good in real life. I have tried to tone down colours a bit more, so videos or photos a bit better. I've then got this over here, and what you'll see is quite a lot of these pieces. I think there's another piece over here somewhere. It was using the technique of polyfiber, but my little trick was I've got this stuff from HelloFresh, and it is reams and reams, and you can see for all I've done so far, I've hardly taken anything off of it. So all it is you peel it off, and you can get some quite thin layers. Once you've got those thin layers, you stain it, and in my case I've just been bunging it in some green and browns, kind of like this mix, and then it comes out like this, if you can see that. So then, it's essentially what polyfiber is, right? It's just light matty material. So then it's a case of into this bowl, hairspray it. First of all, sometimes I use a bit of PVA or something to get most of the big bits down. And what I learned from someone, I can't remember who it was, but was to use the bigger clumps first. So you use the bigger clumps and then come over it with the fine turf. So I've got the Woodland Scenics fine turf. So starting to get a collection of these. I picked these up cheap on eBay. This was like a tenner for like 3 of these, so that was quite good. Yeah, and then you just sprinkle it over, hairspray, sprinkle, hairspray, sprinkle, hairspray. So I went to my local town has got a Sainsbury's, a Savers, and 2 pound shops. So rather than looking like a silly person buying lots and lots of hairspray, I just went into each one and got the cheapest that I could find. And that's just helped me get this scene together. So originally this was quite a light, muddy, well, it's like dirty colour, but I wanted it to be more muddy colour. So it was originally like this, which was just the tile grout, the brown tile grout. But I've used, what did I use? I used a bit of brown pigment, weathering powder, watered down, and then sort of dragged it through there. I have also gone over that with an airbrush using excellent product. What was it? The track grime stuff from Geoscenics. My word, this stuff is brilliant. As you can see from the track here, if you compare that to my last photos, I don't think I've actually let that bit up the top. You can see underneath these trees, so you can see the difference. And obviously, I've applied more to where I can actually reach at the moment. So, and I'm making sure that the dirt runs out into the grass that's sort of overhanging from here as well. And actually, what I like is where I've done the grass after putting down the ballast, I've got this effect of kind of weeds growing out onto the ballast, which is very much prototypical. That's what happens. So it's all looking quite good. The tree, for any budding gardeners out there, this is from a hydrangea bush, which actually I've got outside the cabin, and I'm going to have loads more of these come probably end of autumn. But yeah, this is basically the hydrangea, and then I got a load of what was essentially cut-offs, cut-offs like this from up here on the embankment. Using some spray glue, sprayed the glue onto this. There's a really good website where somebody had given some instructions on doing this and using like plants, natural materials to make the trees, and they just look so much better in my opinion. I will probably do some wire ones as well, and I have had a box of, finally bit the bullet and got the sea foam here, which I will start to make some proper trees from. But I'm really happy with how this looks. It's oh yeah, just finish off, obviously same approach with the foliage. So again, heavy stuff first, and I was going for sort of like a lighter green on the top, sort of mixed in with dark fine turf on, sort of scattered throughout, so you can see it, really good effect, I think. Underneath I've got a bit of the woodland scenics earth texture, just obviously underneath a tree, and it's just sort of finer detail stuff really. Putting in a couple of clumps of bushes and whatnot here. This will have a fascia on it. Obviously I'm going to then have to do something to fill the gap between the fascia and the edge here, and then I'll carry on. I'll finish doing some scenics on it. That's it. The only thing I changed was this background. I tried having a go. You can just about make it out. I tried having a go with putting some kind of essence of tree lines in the back there and over here as well. Personally, I found that I don't know, it kind of drew too much attention to the background rather than to the scene. So I went back to my sort of basic approach and watered down some acrylics and came across, obviously used a bit of white paint to paint over what was there originally, and then kind of used that to make this distance kind of effect. This won't matter anyway because this will be all tree covered and bush covered anyway, so I was just trying to get the effect of like a water meadow here rather than I've just brushed up against that tree, damn it. Yeah, so that's that really. I haven't done anything else over there, so I'm not going to go around. I'm not going to do the usual tour, but yeah, you can see quite a good little shot here. Bit of interest in the foreground as a train comes through, and you kind of have to get up and over. What I would say, watching horse hay, and I've been putting off for a long time doing the weathering of the actual ballast, and I can tell you this geoscenic stuff is fantastic. It goes in my little airbrush here. Now this airbrush was about, was it 50 quid in total? I actually got two because this one wasn't working originally, and then I contacted Amazon and got a replacement sent. So I've actually got two of these, so I've got a spare one just in case this one does go bang. But this is completely wireless, so I have charged it and I can just take this with me wherever I want and give it a good old spray. I'll just demonstrate. Yeah, there's nothing to be afraid of really. I think I've always been kind of fearful of it. I've tried it with some locos and things before, but yeah, nothing to be afraid of. This goes on quite well, this stuff as well. So I've got it on quite thick at the moment, but well worth an investment if you're gonna get into doing weathering and things. I think that's what my summary is. Yeah, so yeah, a bit of white here is just where the glue's still set in places. This path will go up. There'll be a bigger tree here somewhere, and this will be a platelayers hut with kind of like an overgrown pathway to get to it. And I've got to put some fencing in, probably some like a little fence here in front of this tree. This will probably have a fence and a gate to it, and I'll probably have some fencing running up the side of the embankment here as well. I believe, yeah, I think I might do it, and then have some more fencing at the bottom here because this is essentially somebody's garden is the theory. Then yeah, then I think that will then be done pretty much for this scene. So I'm pretty happy. So I did pick up this scenic cement from Woodland Scenics. What I really liked was the fact that it came obviously cheap with all the other bits that I bought. Like I say, about 10 or 15 quid for it second hand. I think someone didn't get on with it, which is good in my benefit anyway. What I really liked is you can just take off a garden spray. That's a garden sprayer, standard issue plant sprayer. Took that off and whacked it on the top, and hey presto, I got myself a spray. And all I've done there is just sprayed this tree here, and do a little bit more to make sure it's like stuck in place, everything's not going to move. Give it a spray underneath, and I've just done that kind of around this scenic area now, which yeah, works quite well. The other thing in this area is this distance signal, which is going to be obviously for the home entrance to the station over here, the big station. And I'm trying to decide whether or not to keep the base on and dig it in and kind of put the ballast around it or not. I think I will. I'm going to have a look at some pictures, but I think it needs the base for it to have some kind of prototype look. Otherwise, it's just a post. Yeah, I'll have a look and make a decision on that. I think it'd be quite cool actually if I dig it out a little bit around here, put it in, and then ballast around it with a little bit of scenery and shrubbery. Could even have, actually, come to think of it, a little sleeper wall here. That might be quite cool, made out of coffee stirrers or something. Yeah, that might be something I'll do later. But for now, just going to clean the track and do a running video, I think. See how everything looks with a train on it. I'll catch you later.